Hello everyone and welcome back to more Danganronpa. It's been a while. I think the last time we played was... Oh, I'm not in the window. There we go. I think the last time we played was, if I'm not mistaken, Tuesday. Yeah, and it's Friday today. So yeah, we missed 2 days. Streams, I guess. You know, 1 extra day compared to the usual schedule. But hey, it happens. We're back with more now though, so that's what matters. And we're investigating the second murder. Oh yeah, I hate the fact that we're investigating the second murder. Oh, good afternoon, Flo. I think I really needed those 2 days to process this death, because I don't feel good about it at all. It's probably the saddest I'm gonna be this game, honestly. Kills me to look at it. Okay, let's look around. They don't need such upbeat music for this. What are they doing? Why? Oh boy, I just had some chocolate, so now my voice is going to struggle just a little bit. But anyway, there's a dumbbell on the floor and... Yeah, I feel like there are definitely some characters in this game that you do feel good watching die. Like a little bit at least. Chihiro definitely isn't one of them for me. This is a bloodstain. There's a bloodstain on the dumbbell. The Monokuma said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon? Also, how are you like lying in front of it like that? Because Byakuya's like on the floor, he's like, hey, also by the way, how else do you get this angle of his character? Anyway.
That's right.
I don't imagine it could have been anything else. Nice! Locker room dumbbell has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Sakura, how do you feel about all this? I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? I'm glad we're assisting Byakuya. Okay, I'm alright with it. I can make fun of him, I guess. Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else, then carried here. She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still. I still think she came here on her own, by choice. What makes you say that? She'd been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late? It's not a good time to exercise in my opinion. You know, myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. I get that, you know, embarrassed at the gym. I don't actually go to gym, but I relate. And instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
However...
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come here alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. You sleep at that time? Reasonable. What's up, Moon? Hope you're feeling better. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret? But that she also would have come with someone else? It's a possibility, I think. Sakura's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. What we need? Mondo. Dude had a real complex about being weak. Okay, he did just refer to Chihiro as dude. Okay, I was just checking that. I wasn't entirely sure. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? All I need to get stronger. He's speaking quite weirdly today. Oh, wow. Okay, well, at least you have something fun planned for the night, but I hope you feel better soon. That really sounds terrible. I would just try to drink some tea and relax, to be honest. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. What was my Mondo voice? Because I'm not finding it right now. I'm just gonna try to do Josuke, and that's like, we'll work our way back to Mondo. Sure it did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? I think we're basically around there already. You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. Oh, thanks, Makoto. You're literally like 2 meters away from Sakura. And Hina is also probably quite strong. I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about that stuff. Oh yeah, he is quite sexist, I remember now. But he dresses it up as chivalry. Because of Chihiro's complex. Can't help wondering what it might be. I mean, she was a programmer, dude. What exercise are programmers getting? Girls aren't that strong, unlike me, Makoto Naegi. Where Mondo literally punched me once, I went across the room and then passed out for approximately 10 hours. Mondo's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Huh? Already? What? New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true, but... Let's go. If you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time. Hey, I wanted to actually look at something. There was something there that I hadn't got a chance to look at. Are we still in tutorial mode or something? Is it still pushing me in the right direction? So, this is our next location. Huh? This place is related to the investigation? Well, duh, it's right outside it. Makoto, our boy, our hanger boy, is back again. Nice poster there. You mean in the locker room? That's what I actually wanted to look at because I had a blood stain on it. Figure it out for yourself. It's no time. It's no fun if you don't. Oh wow, reading today is tough. Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? Yeah, because you look like you're having fun. Can I go back? You've already spent plenty of time checking the crime scene. There are plenty of other things left to check here. Okay, I guess I can't. There's a machine gun. Maybe this gun was used to... No, impossible. If that were true, Chihiro would be riddled with holes. What do you want to look at here, Byakuya? Why are we Byakuya's assistant? We did a pretty good job last time. There are a bunch of different pool-related items on the shelf, which have nothing to do with the case. Yeah. What about the boys' room? Oh, oops. Hold on, we still have more to check here. I pressed the wrong button. Sorry. That's not even the scene of the crime. Idiot. The camera? I'm literally playing with one hand. A surveillance camera. Even as Chihiro was being murdered, I bet the mastermind was just sitting there watching. I keep forgetting to do the American A. Yeah, you just need someone to, like... He needs an alibi for where he is, like, at the moment. And he needs someone to make fun of so that he feels good about himself. They know what's happened, and they're still forcing us to go through with this. Okay, so Byakuya seems convinced that there's something around here that's related to the case. Is it the life... flotation donut. Okay, I was gonna say lifesaver. I don't think it's related to what happened to Chihiro. But I got a medal, so great. We're winning. Also, happy Friday, guys. There's a monitor here. This is one of the monitors Monokuma appears on. Now there's no time to think about that. What else do you want me to look at? I can't even look at the barricades. You? You want me to talk to you? Are you lonely? Could at least try and figure out where we should check without my help. There's a button that you can press that shows all the... Oh yeah, right. Thank you for reminding me, Flo. The lock. I haven't looked at the lock. If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right? What? Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
Did you call for me?
Oh, Monokuma? Or Byakuya? You should take it up with Monokuma. Monokuma? You called for me? Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up? Well, it's just about this card reader.
Yep.
Yeah, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. Oh, so that's even more compound proof that Chihiro was definitely a girl. Yeah, or at least identified. We had a discussion about this quite a few streams ago. They are quite cute. It's almost distracting from the rest of the game. And it's impossible for 2 people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there were some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. Nice inflection. Trying. I don't know. I try my best with this. And the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correctly correct. So then, that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room, and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. In other words, the school is really out of date. It should be a gender-neutral bathroom. My headcanon now is that Makoto is like super dumb, but he's caught up on identity politics. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means... Hey Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? You're not wearing any underwear. What? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there.
So in other words...
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
Such ignorance.
Good lord, you're simple. But am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. Wow, okay. If we're playing that game. How closely are they following the rules? Because there was this whole thing earlier where Toko fell asleep unconsciously on the floor outside of her dorm. So technically she should be dead, right? If we're going that pedantic. I don't know. No! Okay, well, you did the laugh. No! I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Tagami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. I guess I'm slow at reading today. Yeah, he's not a nice bear. Sometimes, at least. Yeah! You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. He just said I'm a snack. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore. They're things.
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on. You're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it. So,
Why you?
So sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. I have to maintain the accent, don't I? You know. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together. Okay, well, he's censoring himself for me. Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure out the rest your own damn self. Okay, so he censored part of his lines. Oh well.
That's fine.
Well, I know you are unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill you in myself. Wow. He said, yeah, you really solved that crime last time. That's why I want you to be my assistant. But also, you're dumb. Dumb as bricks. I laugh at you. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. Card reader has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Oh, okay. Thank goodness for fast travel, I guess, between scenes. We came to the main hall. So, what are we looking for here? That's my best. That's the best voice I could do for that line. Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? I think I'm gonna do more gameplay and less talking for a bit, because my brain is a little bit slow to catch up at the moment for some reason. The hunk of metal blocking the entrance seems like some kind of machine. Naegi, naegi, naegi. There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook? No wait, there's 3 of them. But what are they doing here? So you finally found them. Huh? Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then, these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka? You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... Oh, I didn't know about this. So I was suspecting Celeste the most, because of like the actual reasoning that probably a girl had to get in. But I didn't know about this, so I guess this opens up more possibilities. Let Makoto investigate, then say, yeah, I already knew that. Oh no. Oh no. Not one of these characters. Oh well. Now, do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. That you revealed earlier. You mean Monokuma? Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. I could kill someone in the girls' locker room if I just borrow this. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying, but is that really how you want to phrase that? Yeah, I could kill someone if I wanted to, like right now. Because it said you can kill up to 2 people. Imagine Aegi just did it, Makoto. You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Learning you, yeah, this is just a flashback. I literally read this like 2 minutes ago. I see. Yeah, now I understand. Main Hall E handbooks has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. It's like they think that you'll take a break mid-sentence. Hold on a second. What's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed Junka's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It makes sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Yeah, I mean, he makes a good point there. Pummeled with baseballs. Please don't flash back to— oh, flip! It's a flashback to this now! Why? Why? The memory of it came flooding back. That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. Okay, only brief. I thought they were just gonna replay the whole scene with the way they seem to like flashbacks. You're right, it wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey, hey! Hey!
Now I'm
Hey!
angry!
That's not what you said. What? That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily. Just jamming for a second. Don't mind me. But it did. If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. Oh, but even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does?
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret! I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks.
What?
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But you might ask, how could that be? Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. Hey, Byakuya? Byakuya's on the mystery novels like, no, this isn't one of the clues. I think so. Either way, something about it still bothers me. Broken e-handbook has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I'm trying to think of what Leon could have done. Okay then, this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact. Not quite. Huh? Not quite. Do I have to talk to you again for you to tell me what you meant by that? What do you mean by that? I do. What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Oh, I want to do Makoto doing Byakuya. To be exact, not quite. Byakuya would have seen the kitchen knife set with only 4/5 of knives, last case, and be like, it doesn't matter, it has nothing to do with this case. Someone was probably just chopping onions. Chihiro. Certainly. I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Interesting. So is this character actually going to be the person who was killing people in the real world outside of the school? And you really think, you truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat
Absolutely. I've no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. Not just like a copycat killer. That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right?
What?
There's nobody else it could be. Murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. What nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide. Oh, Genocide Jack. Makoto is the ultimate Reddit user. I was gonna say internet surfer, but nah, he's the ultimate Reddit user. Their identity politics, either blatantly ignoring them, being weak, he's always on those forums. I think I'm onto something here. The way he treats women. They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. This is my new headcanon. Like we had some earlier, this is my new headcanon. Still, could one of us really be a demented psychotic killer like that? Have you met these people? You're not wrong to wonder. Yeah. It's actually a nickname I picked up in what? But words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. Well then, do I have to talk to you again? What do you mean by, oh no, this is the exact same. Now I have a basis to, oh no! They hid it behind another one! I could have skipped that. Oh well. Now I have a basis to believe that. I assure you, Genocide Jack is one of us. I hate this. I hate this. I don't like this feature. Is there really proof? There's something I'd like to somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence? Does something like that really exist? Ah, hey you two! Is it Hina? I thought so. I remember if reacting comes back in the later games, please tell me it doesn't. I don't like it. Big trouble. Need your help.
I don't have time to play with you.
We're busy, leave us alone, and learn to use some subjects in your sentences. But it's an emergency! Emergency! Come on, please, you gotta help me. I'm surprised we didn't have to react to the word emergency. Okay, Hina, what do you want? This is a serious emergency, please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina? But, it's an, oh wow, I joked about it! And then what happened? An emergency? What happened?
Well,
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit, I'm intrigued. Ooh! Ooh! Byakuya and Toko. Oh no. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
He said it. I won't repeat it. I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no and that'd be the end of it.
yeah.
Why did I even ask? Okay, come. Hurry up. I'm just making up words and dropping them as I go. Wait for us, Hina.
Go.
It looks like she headed to the dorms, to Toko's room, most likely. You're right. How could you tell? Oh wow, we're here. Jeez, that was fast. I didn't even get a chance to react. Is Toko inside? Some kind of emergency? Why aren't I opening the door?
Such
I'm
ignorance.
talking to the wrong person, you waste of space. Wow! Wow, I thought we were your assistant. Why are you so tall? You guys are too slow! Yeah, what's up, G Barbus? Is that what you want me to call you, by the way? Or just Barbus? I don't know. You guys are too slow! I think you're just too fast. So, what's this emergency? How are you not out of breath? You literally just read all day.
So,
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, you know, see how she was doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and she kept saying all this weird stuff like I killed her. Barbus, okay, cool. Welcome back to the stream, Barbus. Glad to see you. Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. I thought talking to ourselves was what it said there. Yeah, good idea. Why is everyone so much taller than Makoto? He's like 5'3", isn't he? He's really short. I mean, that's pretty short. I said really, but it's like pretty short. May as well give it a shot. Ding dong! The door swung open slowly and silently. Really call it swung if it's slow and silent. Why is she undulating? He sees out of his belly button. That doesn't quite add up. Oh wait, yeah, no it does. Okay, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay, well I can say this line. Holy crap. An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
what?
This vibrating Toko? Why? Why is she vibrating? Why? I can't even do that fast.
Oh,
What?
nothing. It's just that Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But could you open up just for a second?
Yeah, I can see why. And it syncs up to the music for some reason. Kind of.
Won't allow it.
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
Oh boy. Just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time, and I rang a little while ago. Not again. I'll drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend. I wouldn't say best girl. Doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door. Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? I want to hear his basis though. Is that why Toko's so scared?
But
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Sakura probably could. I guess I might. Oh, Byakuya, hold on. Byakuya could do it. Hey, Byakuya, you think you could ask her to come out of her room, I mean?
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. Huh? You gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Get the hell out of your room, woman. Make me a sandwich. That's what he was gonna say. Byakuya stood in front of her door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments...
what do you want?
Leave me alone. You're all so annoying. I think I figured out the trick to the stutter. Bacula. Ah! Bacula!
It's Byakuya.
Like Dracula? But like what? Is that her nickname for him? I'm a bit confused. I'm sorry. I couldn't keep up promise. Bacula Togami. But don't worry. Never again. Oh boy, does he know that she has like an alter ego that's Genocide Jack or something? I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Again, I don't think you could really slam it with that space. Weird choice of words. Famous actor, American actor Scott Bakula? Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. But, hold on. I was about to do the stutter again. Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Something about a promise?
What?
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Not that I don't know anything. I know everything. But if I say I don't know, then you're not meant to ask. Oh yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. Tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He was just so tall. Byakuya. Just kept walking. Just kept on walking toward his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. Was it Toko's? Did we do a full lap of the school? The library? Come on, let's go in. Are you just gonna read now? Yeah. And? Loan. That's where you can't put your e-handbook. Is the evidence that proves there was Genocide Jack really in the library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Well, that's the same thing, but in slightly different words. Knock it off. What does a desk lamp matter right now? They seem quite pissed about that. There's no point in checking there. We need to find real clues. Well, you're not telling me where to look, so shut up. The letter? There's no point in checking there. We need to find real... Hey. Ah. 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 There are no clues there. We need to check elsewhere. Oh, but I found a medal. Oh yeah, I need to do that at some point. The store. I don't know if I can do that right now. We'll see. Okay. Where else? This? Surveillance camera. The mastermind must have been watching us as Chihiro was killed. This is the same dialogue. How about the store? Yeah. I remember on the other side of the store. It's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here? Byakuya, hurry up. Go inside.
Let's go.
It all makes sense once you're inside. What if we held hands in the archive? Oh, there's so many books and files. So much dust too. Let him think he's the protagonist, it's fine. I don't know what he thinks he is. I think he thinks he's the director or something.
So in other words...
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. There's a... Ooh, a desk lamp. Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? You keep asking about it. There are like 6 students who are more protagi than Makoto. Yeah, let's see. There's Kyoko, Byakuya. Hina has protagonist energy. Mondo is based on a protagonist. It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. Okay, let's start here. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although, judging by the smudges in the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. Proved very useful when I was in the library. Extension cord, huh? What is that? Could you explain, Byakuya? Since you know so much more than I do? The shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random. Reading difficult today for some reason. You have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Huh?
That's right.
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Okay, you say Kyoko, Byakuya, Sakura, Aoi, and Kiyotaka and Celeste could all be alt-pro tags. I guess, yeah. I don't know about Celeste, but alright. Without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf. I'm really not interested, Byakuya, in your conspiracy theories. What about here? There's so many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's in all these things?
Enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. Oh, so he really is a conspiracy theorist. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with real power. Diet? I don't know what that's a reference to. I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. You're ready to be disappeared for it. Take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. What's up here? Haha! There's even a surveillance camera here. Hey, Byakuya? Yeah, he's too much of a normie. If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover that value for yourself. I think the thing behind you is the only thing I haven't clicked. There's a ton of thick files stuffed onto the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. Why would they put the important thing behind the character anyway? It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful, I've read them all. Because I'm not like other guys. I'm not like other Wall Street kids. Huh? What do you mean? All those files there are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh? So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? It's all full of fiction, I guess. The entire reason I was interested in the library is because of this room right here. It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guy's problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your oh, okay. He's literally a conspiracy theorist. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not that. It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show just how much power Hope's Peak truly wields. Or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. Oh! You mean the death game wasn't enough? It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible. What do you mean, usually? Usual. Normal, ordinary, simple. Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I've reviewed them multiple times, so there's no doubt. Yeah, no, I was not having a revelation of brilliance. Here, I can make one up. Oh, he did it! There you go. Hold on a second, you're saying you've read all these documents more than once? We've been here for like 4 days! But all this has to be like top secret, confidential stuff, right? So why? 5 days, I think. I think it's been like 5 days. Yeah, the death game is just the icing on the cake. My family has a reading room, just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Tagami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that even possible?
So, in other words...
I already told you. There's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. My uncle works for the Illuminati, and I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim, without a doubt, that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interested me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine, ever since I was little. Yeah, okay, maybe he did do it. I joked. Maybe he's like having this whole thing was like, I can play cat and mouse, but only with a genius that matches mine. Myself. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. Maybe I should have used my Yafumi voice for him. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. I can't believe these papers. And then just triggered getting stabbed. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. And on this side is all the scripts for the Ace Attorney series. These are really interesting, but incredibly unrealistic. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are 2 notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. Genocide and Jack. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. The second that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in... Oh, sorry, this is Makoto. Bloodlust is written in blood, and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise. The best part is yet to come. The third characteristic, which I didn't mention there actually was, but now that I'm remembering, there was actually 5, and 6, and listen, just kill Toko, please. She's been stalking me the entire week while I'm trying to read. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about that aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. That has bad connotations in my opinion, like mounting a deer's head, like on a wall. Anyway, I don't find that very tasteful at all. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse, just think back to it. It should be clear in your brain. Just think about, yeah, your favorite character, dead. Body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So in other
The culprit
words,
isn't a copycat killer. It's the real Genocide Jack, or it's just a coincidence. Yeah.
in other words,
That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then Genocide Jack really is such a brutal, fiendish killer, really is walking around among us? Bam! Boom, brum, boom.
interesting.
He said among us. Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? Yeah, Jack kinda sus. You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. No, thank you. There's a ton of thick files stuffed onto the bookshelf. All those files are investigations. Okay. Do I just need to talk to you? Yeah, I think you're the only person who remains, right? Do I just need to talk to you again? There's a ton of thick. No, I didn't click on you. There we go. There we go. Byakuya, about that Genocide Jack case file, could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Byakuya. What are we going to do with you? Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. A bad boy. Murder. Just like every police report. Murder cases of Genocide Jack, which was a internet given name, by the way. Top secret. Do not open, please. Byakuya handed me the file and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly my hand stopped. I had reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. It's a good thing his eyeball's on his belly button so we can look so clearly at the photos. Yeah, that's very uncomfortable to look at. The names of Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Ken Harada. As with the other cases at the scene of the crime, the word bloodlust was written in the victim's blood. The scissors used in the murder were apparently custom made, with every pair left at each murder scene seeming to be from the same mastermind construction. There's a way to cancel text, but I can't remember what it is. The victim suffered multiple stab wounds across his body, believed to have been inflicted with the same scissors that were later used to attach the victim to the wall. Scissors. Those scissors remind me of Celeste. Ken Harada. Oh, wow, okay. I thought they were going to read the whole page. Ken Harada, 32. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. That's such a bad picture up there. Komatsuna Taro, Takefumi Gono, Yuchida Naohise, Takeshi Masumune, Yuto Yumejima. There was no end to it. The one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way, and at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, it's really impressive with just the scissors just through the victim's bone and the wall. Now take a look at the next page. You'll find another interesting tidbit. You know, all those other fun tidbits that were on this page. The next page. That looks exactly the same as the first time. Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. Weekdays at night or holidays. And the most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon, like a student. Don't say such things, Barbus. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may have potentially suffered from dissociative identity disorder. Bjarker's like, you only said half of your sentence aloud.
So in
It's okay
other
this
words,
time. The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. Genocide Jack lost sighted going to meet their best friend at a swimming pool. Oh no. Split personality, not the kind of thing you see on TV. Okay, so is the game really making it that obvious? Because, I mean, Toko clearly does have a split personality. We saw that earlier when she passed out from the blood and then turned into a different person, basically. Are they just making it that obvious, or is it a red herring? So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up till now, and the next one will be even more unbelievable, and the one after that will be even less believable. How is anyone ever going to believe me? Maybe it really isn't. I don't know, I feel like my mind just got numb. But yay! Nice! You got another truth bullet.
let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business here, haven't we? Oh, wait, Byakuya! What have you held hands in the archive? As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Why do I make that joke? It's not that funny. And I'm sure it just makes people uncomfortable. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Like my alibi. Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
I don't have time to play with you.
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? You asked me to be your assistant, man. Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own. What if I read Genocide Jack's files with you and we kissed?
Goodbye.
Anyway, well, goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he'd cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack, he's the one that killed Chihiro. I'm now 100% certain. And that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's something I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. The others might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Yeah, let's go do that. Okay, so it should just be this way. There we go. A little bit stiff in terms of the movement. I don't know why it's designed that way. Don't we just have a 3D model that we can move around? Yeah, I mean, Toko is like the obvious choice because of her clearly split personality, but Celeste, who I suspected a long time ago, also has like a dark side, so I'm guessing Celeste. And also the scissors remind me of her like whole gothic Lolita thing. I'm not talking to you. Anything in the boys' room? There's a cool poster. Huh? This poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room. Did they switch the posters? Because the one in the girls' locker room didn't seem to fit there either. Oh, and here's the pool. Anything in the pool? I don't see anything. I'll come back to it if something comes up. Let's just get some reps in. Wagunk! Oh, that was the door. You completely missed Makoto. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Flo. But it is that time once again. And there's still more to it in here. What? Is there? Is there really? Oh, there's dirt on the floor. Guys benching at the side of the boy band. Yeah, that's pretty funny. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? I really don't want to know. Don't want to know. Boys' locker room carpet has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Very nice. Can I leave now? Yes. Great. I think we're moving along quite fast in this investigation, if I'm honest, given my usual speed. Let's go back into the girls' room. So looking at this poster, I mean, it's weird to have this poster in the boys' one as well. But, like, it seems like if it is going to be in one of the rooms, it's probably in the other one. It's the bloodstained poster. The blood is the most noteworthy part. The blood is the most noteworthy part of this whole image. I mean, like, come on, everyone knows that. But the big-breasted swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. The girls' locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. As a girl, I've never enjoyed boobies. I hate them. Put them away. Fine, I'm sorry. Okay, they're gone. But wait, that reminds me, the poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. The posters have been switched? If they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little more about the locker rooms. Please don't tell me it's a Fumi. Oh wait, it might be Sakura. I don't mind talking to Sakura. So did the murder, is this equipment from the boys' locker room and that poster, but then you got the blood on the poster, so they switched around the equipment to make it seem less obvious? Only like, okay. As a guy, I've never enjoyed boy bands. Fair enough. I've enjoyed some. You're gonna have to explain that one, Flo. You mean the chorus kids? Oh yeah, I already looked at this. The blood stain on the floor. There's a blood stain on the carpet. It could only have been caused by Chihiro's murder. Oh, the smart girl's here again. I want to talk to Sakura quickly. You spend a lot of time exercising in the girls' locker room, right, Sakura?
Of course.
I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Bench with your mates, yeah. Oh, tornado. Oh, okay. 5 IQ. Children. Okay. I'm on your wavelength now. Okay, then let me ask you something. Did you think the posters in the boys' and girls' locker rooms could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. Never really paid any attention to the posters. I lived with my eyes closed. I see.
However...
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. Okay? You have protein coffee? In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. You see, what you actually have to do is you take a banana and you put it in. Then you add a little bit of protein. I like to add some ice as well. Then another cup of protein. And then you blend that together, add some protein, blend it together, add some milk, blend that together. Almond milk, of course, for the gains. I really want like a segment where Sakura just goes on and on and on about working out and all this stuff. Because I have friends that do, but hey, it's endearing actually. I mix protein powder in with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. I should have just said glass. I sound so weird trying to sound American sometimes. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker. And it left a stain. A stain? But I don't see any stain on the carpet. Oh wait, but I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
Of course.
Exactly, I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean? As if there was never a stain here to begin with. Like it was a boys' carpet, which boys are notoriously known for keeping things very clean. Disappearing stain has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, so the equipment has definitely been switched from one room to the other because I don't think they repainted all the walls. to match with the color scheme of the door. So yeah. Mondo, do you have anything new to say? No, this is the same thing. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, it's all the same stuff. Kyoko, you have some smart thoughts, share them. Hey Kyoko, have you made any progress on your investigation? Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? But aren't you like the ultimate detective? Who told you that? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. Just watch it, look at it, absorb it, become it. Just focus on the murder. But
so then,
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihira's body one more time, thoroughly. That's the trigger for the next cutscene. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. She does, yeah. What about the one that could kill everyone? I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihira's handbook is missing? Yeah. I was just also checking out maps. It's definitely worth worrying about. Don't show me the face. Come on. Chihira's e-handbook has been added to the truth-bound section of your handbook. Guess we have to look at it. Oh yeah, of course the music's going out. We're gonna have a panic attack. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihira's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Huh? This rope has a plug. Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all? The more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. It's also a dead girl between the ropes. Chihira's fatal injury was the blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her, which means she knew the killer, guys. What a revelation! That's right, there's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first, I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through the Genocide Jack file, something's not quite right. What does this all mean? It's not like Byakuya was the only one who had access to those files. Anyone could have read them and tried to copy them. The status of the dead body has been added to the truth-bound section of your handbook. Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro, if you say so, dude. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Also, it might help to look at the Genocide Jack case file one more time. So, if it wasn't already go to the library, I guess now we know for sure it's go to the library. Oh, it's a good thing there's no one else here to talk to, so we can just go. Damn it.
Da 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 da!
I don't want to do this one, guys. Well, it's been a good stream. I guess I'm... No, okay, let's go. Okay.
Ding ding ding! Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as if...
Another stat increase for me.
Evidence? What did you find?
I cannot reveal that just yet. But I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs.
Are you sure about... Why would he say his, knowing that it's in the... Like, he doesn't have the same reasoning that we do, surely. Are you sure about that?
Oh yeah, Miss Ludenberg says you witnessed something worthwhile too.
Miss Ludenberg, Celeste. Really? What did she see? She saw someone killing the person. In first person?
She refused to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right?
Okay, so where's Celeste now?
The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time, not there. I see some sort of quantum babe.
What's it gonna be? Can I leave now, please? Ugh, damn it, I already did have to talk to him. Okay, let's quickly head to the library. To be honest, the suspect list is growing, but I'm most suspicious of Celeste and Byakuya still. But thank you so much for the follow. I'm going to try to say your name. No Yakushi? No Yakushi? I'm sorry, but thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. This is my first time playing it though. Here are the case files. I want to take another look at the Genocide Jack's case file. Why do I keep adding that at the front? I know it was around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone! Did someone take it out of the archive? Byakuya is gonna be so pissed. The only one who would do something like that, I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. And the extension cord was here. The wooden box is empty. The extension cord was in there before. I assume that's what the rope was. First time is always the best. Yeah, that makes sense. Have you played all of the games? I'm gonna say Yakushi, because Yakushi, I don't know. However you want me to say it. If you could specify in chat, that would be great. I can look at the stuff here. There's a thick layer of dust on top of this desk. Maybe there's some kind of clue here? Guess not. Okay. Oh, so there is something in here. Where would I need to look? Oh wait, there's a plug there. The shelf is packed tight with books, but looking at it, maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. Oh, I got a medal though, so I can't complain. I wanted to look this way actually. Okay, wait, there's nothing. Okay. Desk lamp? Huh? The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see, it's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet from here. But last time I saw it, it was definitely on. And it was definitely right here. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using an extension cord. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... Yeah. Library desk lamp has been added. So I am still suspicious of Byakuya. Now I can leave. I was trying to look at that earlier and then it just decided that that's not where the hitbox should be. Great game. Yeah, we're going downstairs now to the warehouse. Are we enjoying it so far, chat? Oh, store. That's not the store. There's the store. I just want to stop by and quickly do this if I can, because we have quite a few coins to deposit. Medals, rather. So while we're doing that, why don't we just revise how we're feeling about the game right now? I'm having a good time. Why do I have to press down? This case so far has been less hand-holdy. I mean, it's been interesting because there's a more diverse location. Ooh, we got another one. And we get to see a few other things. I don't really like the characters that are that involved in this though. Like, Byakuya is okay if you make fun of him. On his own, he doesn't really have a great character to him. Ooh, that's interesting. Toko I don't care about at all, and she seems kind of important to this. Celeste, what is that exactly? Oh, we got another one as well. Celeste, I'm quite interested in seeing where her character goes, but I don't necessarily like her. She's okay. I do suspect Celeste, though. I think that's enough for now. But I hear that this one is pretty good, this case. So I look forward to the trial segment, because there are a few loose ends that I haven't tied up in my mind yet, or that I don't have an explanation for. I mean, there are quite a few. Because it seems like it's Byakuya who killed them in the boys' locker room. Why was Chihiro in the boys' locker room though? Doesn't make sense. Unless Chihiro was, in fact, a guy. But I don't know. Because the serious implication at the moment is that Chihiro was killed in the boys' locker room and things were moved. Here's Celeste. I just want to see what's around. Is this the fridge Sayaka mentioned? I don't see anything noteworthy here. I don't think there is anything noteworthy here. I'm just going to talk to Celeste. Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Then you did find something? Very well, I will tell you, and only you.
Actually,
Last night, I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What? Really?
indeed.
This was before nighttime.
Hmm? What are you doing out this late?
Yeah. Ooh, Chihiro? Are you saying Chihiro hates exercise? I mean, Chihiro wanted to get stronger, so I'm not surprised that she was working out in some way.
I was just...
Looking at those clothes peeking out
Are
there.
you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks.
Thanks.
Well,
What?
I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
So Celeste knew that she was going to go exercise, so my suspicion grows. Did I finish my... I didn't finish my tea. Cold tea. Okay. She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It's almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this ever would have happened. Wasn't that your rule, Celeste? Didn't you establish that rule? Maybe you felt bitter about her breaking the rule? You get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying. Which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. The gotten threw me off because I would have just said got. Celeste's account has been added. Okay, can I leave? Yeah, I want to check the boys' locker room for the duffel bag quickly. Which means a fair bit of walking. That's fine, I guess. I wonder if we can talk to Toko more. Yeah, it's a bold play. What, you really think I would tell you that I was the last person to see her before she died? You really are quite strange. It's a bold move indeed. Yeah, this is where I want to go. I want to check the boys' locker room. Yep, there we go. Nothing in my way. Is there a duffel bag in here? No, there's the camera. So a duffel bag in the pool. I mean, both places have access to the pool. So that wouldn't tell me that much. Don't see anything. Maybe if I go closer? Okay. I'm gonna check the girls' locker room again. Maybe I just missed it. Oh yeah, Kyoko gone. No duffel bag in here, so Kodo wasn't lying. Let's see. I'm not talking to Fumi again. Tracksuit. Maybe I should go to Chihiro's room. Actually, wait, let me check the library. These seem to be the key locations. Excuse me. Yeah. I mean, yeah. True, but you could just say things like, but if you look at the evidence, you'll see that it looks like she was killed in the boys' locker room. As you've already established, so how could I have got in there? Okay, no duffel bag in here either. Should I look for Byakuya, since he might have taken the files? That seems to be the breadcrumb that was left to me by the game. I guess I'm going to the rooms, because I also want to talk to Toko again. And also, if Celeste did commit the murder, then she would know that it was in the boys' locker room for sure, and would just utilize every detail to her advantage. So yeah. I don't feel too bad about my suspicion. honestly. I could check the map, right? See where... Oh, there are events here. I forgot that I could do that. Let's talk to Hina, maybe. Hina did say having tea in here calms her down, which is fair. Hina! Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing? Same as before. She won't come out, and she just keeps mumbling on. It keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimmy, and I was getting pretty hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, but don't worry. I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Oh, wow. Speaking of which, what are you eating? A donut, of course. Of course. There's two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Roasted. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. I wonder how that line played out in the original. Translation, I mean. In Japanese. I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well...
Yeah, she was a little bit strange. Didn't really hang out with the other girls much. Yeah, her one big regret was probably dying. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. I was going to say the same thing. She said that even though you and her invited her to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Oh, maybe she was. Maybe Chihiro was actually a guy. As I suspected earlier. And that's why she didn't accept any invitations. It's like she stayed away from all the girls. She's just shy? I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Fun fact, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's that weird. I sometimes have an easier time talking to people of the opposite sex. I don't know. I think it might just be because we get onto the topic of gym a lot when we're with the boys, and I don't know anything about gym. Anyway. Hina has never met a heterosexual. Yeah, maybe not. Yikes, Hina. I don't know what the yikes was for. I think I went off in my own world for a second there. Oh, wait. I mean, I'd ship it. Oh, wait, maybe. Maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? The law says that? Where does the law say that? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. She's an e-girl. She told me one time. Aoi's account has been added, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's everything. There was one more exclamation point, I think. Is that the end of the investigation?
I'm getting tired of waiting.
Why does he sound so tired?
Right
Like,
in.
he sounds so uncomfortable. He's like, I guess we should start the trial now, huh? The law says you can't judge a book by its cover. Right above finders keepers and right before losers, right below losers weepers.
Trial.
Wait, what? Right above finders keepers and right below losers weepers. So it says you can't judge finders keepers, losers weepers, a book by its cover. Is that what you're implying? Okay, so
Remember where to meet, right?
I wanted a bit more evidence, but I guess we'll do this. Okay.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
I guess, are we... Oh, wait. Now I don't know if I should start the trial. Because there's never a good point to pause in the trials.
See you soon.
We haven't been streaming for that long. It's only been an hour and 15 minutes, so I usually go for at least 90 minutes. Begin the class trial, or it's about to begin. Ifumi still has a clue. Oh, the red door is right through here. Can I go anywhere else? Everyone seems to be in the courtroom. Oh yeah. He did say that, didn't he? I wasn't really paying attention to anything that was being said by him. Ahem! So, is everyone ready to... What? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember?
Come on.
Kidding! I'm just kidding. How can I forget that little nut job? Oh my... She's a crucial part of the class trial this time. Oh, great. Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. Just like you said. Wait, if she's kicking and screaming, wouldn't that count as assault against the headmaster? Just like you said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko's corpse behind him. I know that I added the corpse part. Oh, okay, she seems back to her normal self. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. Oh, there's a missing apostrophe. Embarrassing. I can't believe he would drag a girl around. Yeah, she's involved. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty obvious. Oh, terrible! You're terrible! Whew. So now everybody's here, right? Okay then, hustle on to the elevator and let's get the show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
She's the victim. Oh no, what? Wait, what if she just gets killed midway through the trial? So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. I couldn't remember her last name. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. That murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. It's also a point on the Celeste thing when we said it's like, oh, last person to see her. It's more damaging. It's more damning if in court it's revealed that she's the first person, the last person to have seen her. Because everyone's like, why would you hide that? Why did you hide that fact, huh? But instead she's like upfront with it. It's like, oh yeah, no, but it's fine because I didn't kill them, right? Sure, swap bodies with Toko. Yeah, maybe the ultimate clairvoyant has something to say about that. Hifumi, tell me about your evidence now, please. And I don't want to hear it.
Very sad.
Miss Fujisaki, I must admit, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe.
Why would... Come on, man. I gave you one chance to redeem yourself there with some good evidence and you said that instead. Mondo, you're standing in the front.
Hey, come on.
Toko, man. What's got her so worked up? Kiyotaka, how are you doing? Oh wait, he discovered the body with us, didn't he? I don't know why the killer did what they did, but I'm sure it'll work itself out. Justice always prevails. Right, bro? Byakuya, do you have the documents? I gave you plenty to work with. Show us how far your logic can take you. Maybe he just wants an antagonist, you know? Maybe just someone to foil him. Celeste, any words? There is something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. Don't forget about the accomplice rule, by the way. There could be an accomplice thing going on here. Ina? I guess I wasn't much help at all on this one. Toko? No, that's Mondo.
Hey.
It's like, Toko, man. Toko's just like... Okay, very fun. Very fun. Kyoko.
Shall we go?
Shall we begin? Sakura, I'll save you for last. Yasuhiro? You ready? We doing this? I wouldn't say I'm ready exactly.
Well then.
Yeah, the accomplice doesn't gain anything from doing anything from it. In fact, they stand to die. True, but also, it's kind of fun. I could believe Celeste saying that. I will uncover the villain who performed such heinous acts on a weaker individual. Ooh, okay, we have no choice, right? We have to do this.
True.
Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. Yeah, they do just cut out the people who are dead, don't they? I remember Mondo standing exactly like that before. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. So here's the thing, do I start the trial now? I'm not sure. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger, like on stream I mean, because I assume it'll be just as, if not longer than the previous one. So I'm not prepared to stream for another 2.5 hours. I'm probably prepared to stream at most another hour. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, so I'm just not sure. Until finally came to a sudden stop. He wanted to leave the Mr. Monokuma Wild Ride, fair enough. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Oh wow, a new theme for every murder. Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good, good. You're rip-raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all. I think I like it. Hello. I'm trying to figure out how to say your name. Emil Goyanku 2? What's up? Welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, I think we're going to end quite soon, because I'm not sure we can start the trial today. Okay, you want to have the trial in one stream? Okay. Okay then, let's get the show on the road. Everyone, please find your assigned seats. So the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yeah, I do want to save. So I think it would be best to start this tomorrow. We can take a quick look at our skills. I think we only have melodious voice. There's melodious voice. Yeah. I like the idea of having this whole stream for the trial. So I think it would be best to do that tomorrow. And we did just save. Thanks, Sayaka. Yeah, it seems like a decent skill. What does it do again? I'm trying to pad out the stream just a little bit because I feel bad ending so early. Increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed, effective during the bullet time battle. Ah, right. So that's the rhythm game, I believe. Yeah, I think we're going to end it there today. And we'll be back tomorrow. Whoa, I almost dropped the controller. Around the same time. Maybe I might start even earlier just so that we can get through the entire thing safely. Actually, last time it took about an hour and a half. Yeah, I don't know. We'll try to get through the entire trial in one stream. So if you want to see that, come back tomorrow. Same time, same place, basically. Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. How do I get out of here? Yeah, here we go. So I already saved, but I'll save again just in case. Why not? Then return to main menu. Might take 2 hours. That's fine. Okay, we can go 2 hours. We can go 2 hours tomorrow. I mean, for everyone who's coming in, well, we're just about to end for now and start the trial tomorrow. Hey, Mondo's on screen. So yeah, we'll do that. I might even start. I don't know if I'll start early. I think it shouldn't be a problem if we start at the normal time and then just go through the trial. It's all fully voiced as well, so I don't have to worry about speaking through absolutely everything. Yeah. So thank you to everyone who showed up today. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I hope you had a good time. Once again, shout out to, is it No Yakushi? I'm trying to get it right. For following earlier. That was really great. And yeah, hopefully I'll see some of you tomorrow. Have a good day. Have a good start to your weekend. Happy Friday. And until tomorrow, I guess. Goodbye.